Can you believe? Is it going to happen? Queen's going to get it. She gets the multi-archer tower and the elixir storage with 0.01 seconds left. 3 stars for Max.
Form, because we know them as such an offensive powerhouse.
Yeah, I was looking at the lineup there. Normally we see Max going first, who is such a high hit rate player for them. He didn't quite look ready when I was looking at the cameras there, and that is the case. It is Pato to attack first. Royal Champion dive from 9 o'clock. We've got a couple of Yetis at the top to snipe off some of those defenses. And let's see what the base has in store in terms of traps.
So far, no giant bombs or otherwise any traps popping up except that skeleton trap, which is not the most efficient trap versus the electro boots of that Royal Champion. Keep charging for it, trying to redirect now into the poison tower compartment, which he's successfully doing, taking a lot of damage, and that Fox is not having a great time.
It is not, but like you said, he's mitigating traps in this area because you only have so many to spread around the base, and what we typically see is all of them stacked in one area to make sure you do have enough damage to get rid of that RC early. Meaning, if you can identify where the traps are not, that's what Pato has done. Gets his RC recalled, and now he can start with those Root Riders.
Yeah, the opening looks really great. The core, perfect, because you have 2 of those key defenses over there, which should get not just distracted in the beginning, but as well use the overgrowth for. And so far, the push is looking strong. We have the King on the bottom side pushing around, while the Queen this time around is inside the core, which means Red Mines have even less of a chance because Sneezy is in there as well.
Absolutely. We've got the King on the outside of the base now. Has to get some of those defenses down quick, as we do have a little bit of a split. Some troops going in towards the Monolith and that Tesla in the center. Others getting drawn around the outside of the Town Hall here. Queen looks to be following the pack in the middle. Got a little bit of a split on the healers as well, which is not the end of the world there for him.
Yeah, but as the Crusher Mortar is waking up again, this core could have a rough time, because there are not too many powerful troops to take care of that defense. And as well, the Minion Prince is trying to join in as well. As the bottom side, the Town Hall, finally it's going down. The Minion Prince now is getting chased by those clones from the Archer Queen. But the Minion Prince is he going to win? He should win.
Defending Minion Prince OP. Remember, in esports mode, all of the stats are amplified on defense. Defending heroes having 20% more hit points and dealing 20% more damage. Moving to this last compartment, he doesn't have a lot left here. Barbarian King stuck over at 3 o'clock. Remember, the percentage from Leo was 86%. So he is going to climb above that. But as we mentioned, Elevate need to be putting some 3 stars on the board if they want to win this, because Reported do tend to have that consistent 10 to 12 star score lines.
That's right, the percentage is pushing higher and higher though, with 20 seconds left instead of the spiky ball. This should get for sure over the 90% mark. As the King is keep going, we have 12 more seconds, so he has to use the spiky ball ability any second now to not waste any of them. There we go, okay. Going to the outside and further back in, but 93% is giving them the percentage lead after the first set of attacks. It's the first 3-star for his team, because that in this position will be so crucial. They have the percentage lead so far, and if they would get and convert that into an even 1-star lead, that would be a game changer. We see him back to the Root Riders, and we see the approach with the Angry Jelly Warden charge. Is this going to be the answer? Is this going to be the first 3-star?
We've seen him using this in the qualifiers, and the Root Riders was always his attack strategy, the one that he was converting with so many times. So let's see whether he can get that to work this time. We've got the Grand Warden funneling by itself. Normally we do see the Archer Queen alongside that. Now we see the Queen coming in just to make sure that the Angry Jelly and the timing of that can get a little bit extra value.
Where is the Queen going next? She's going to go for the mortar, but is she going into the compartment? She should go in there. No Tesla popping. Right now, this Archer Queen is dropping lower and lower in hit points. If that ability goes off, that would be a nightmare for him, because the Giant is getting spawned and the recall is going to become quite tricky. Another Invis is getting invested to get the entire compartment out and make sure that he's keeping his abilities.
Yeah, I really like how preserved he was with the Invis. Not using them initially when there wasn't as much damage from the defenses on the perimeter, but once he got that little bit deeper, using them to make sure he didn't lose the ability, like you said. Now we've got them recalled coming in alongside the Root Riders, and a battle blimp for this one, Itsu, aiming to just get the core seemingly and take out the Crusher Mortar, which is pivotal against those Root Riders.
Yeah, and there's
What
even
can
a
he get?
clone spell in
Wow!
there, making sure that he's getting even more Yetis in there. The core slowly disappears. Where are those Yeti mites go? And then Front Tower is going
he get it
down
all?
as well, maybe?
No!
Yeah!
He takes out all of that damage, and he creates the defensive pathing for his Root Riders to move all of the way around the base now, leaving the Town Hall until the end of the attack. But Max keeping his cool. This is looking great so far, and he still has hero abilities left to adjust on the fly.
That is looking so good. 3 hero abilities, you said it right. At this point, he needs to really make sure that those troops are staying together. He has some supportive troops as well. A wall break to get his king later on into the base. And quite some Root Riders are still alive.
Yeah, they are just tanking all day long for these heroes. Finally using the Royal Champion ability. We've still got the King and the Queen ability. I'm keeping an eye on time because he has to get across to that back area of the base as well. Once the Town Hall is down though, he can loop around the bottom side, and he's got the wall breaker. He can reach all of the buildings on the other side of that bottom compartment as well.
But time is ticking. There were spring traps.
Come on,
the
come on,
Town
come
Hall
on.
is going down, but the Royal Champion is most likely going to lose her alive. The question though is, does he have enough time? Because with 20 seconds left, I am not sure if this is going to be enough, or just yet again another high percentage.
Just that little bit short, isn't it? He's going to use the King ability to blast through a couple of these buildings, push that percentage so close up. Max got a 99% yesterday, and can you believe, is it going to happen? Queen's going to get it. She gets the multi-archer tower and the elixir storage with 0.01 seconds left. 3 stars for Max.
What an attack on the last second, on the dot, right there. And this is exactly the position Elevate were hoping for, because put its mark onto this match.
Play it safe as well. Make sure you're not doing too many risks at this point. Leo, it is, like you said, a 3-star here. We've seen it throughout the entire Elevate lineup. They have such powerhouses, and a 3-star here really does put them in that commanding position. And then they'd be done for the day. They'd move on to the upper bracket finals for tomorrow.
That's right, winning this match and as well saving them bases, because you don't have to play until tomorrow. But right now the charge is going strong, using rocket dunes to really push that Royal Champion into the right direction, and so far not triggering any traps, it seems like. Redirecting the Royal Champion into that core, or near the core with the Mojang Front Tower, and setting up incredible pathing.
Incredible indeed. RC diving through to this area with the Clan Castle. Can he act? Oh, he's going to recall. Thought he was going to try and get sneaky and take out those troops alongside the Electro Boots as well.
It is always a risk of delaying, like recalling late, delaying the recall, because that Fox can always go down, and it's so nice to have that as a defensive tool for your Royal Champion as the attack is progressing further.
The Queen on the outside helping with that funnel a little bit. Look at the giant bomb there trying to snipe out Headhunters on the outside, managing to get that in to take the defending Archer Queen though, but this is a little bit tricky. Ice Golem timing to get through where all of his troops are going to be frozen.
All the troops are frozen, but they're still moving slowly, and that is the crucial part here with the Rage Gem on that Warden. Moving slowly, but having the recovery of those healers, which are healing even more with the Rage Gem of the Warden. Right now, moving towards the Town Hall, we have the Fire Spitter start firing, and one Overgrowth still not even deployed yet.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's going to use that on the backside Fire Spitter. There it is alongside the Crusher Mortar and the Scattershot. Obviously wanting to make sure he locks down that Town Hall before moving to the outside compartments. Royal Champion still looking good, still has ability. King still has his, holding on to the Archer Queen one as well. So still enough power here and enough time if he can play his cards right.
And he just needs to get out of this core with his troops. He has Yeti in there, he has the Warden in there, and so many healers. If he can get out of this compartment, he's looking good. But unfortunately, the Queen is going for the wrong wall, which means she's not getting the quick access towards the Mortar Crusher. And that defense, we have seen it already, has the chance of shutting down attacks completely. But still, the King ability not even used yet.
Now punching through that wall, pressing the Queen ability, will get that Crush Mortar down, and then the Minion Prince goes for the Minion Prince first, which means he takes a little bit extra damage. But here we go with the Spiky Ball, sniping out some of those defenses. Still got 2 Super Barbarians to use on the outside of the base. He is cool, calm, collected, wanting to get that next 3-star for Elevate, putting them 2 stars in the lead and 28 percentage points. It is almost said and done here.
This is the Elevate everyone were expecting to come into this competition.
Well, that was just probably the most impressive attack I've seen in Clash of Clans. To hold your head together and get that done, wild.
I mean, funny enough, that's what Max did during a qualifier as well. Losing his Eternal Tome during a 1-1 and still 3-starring. And even more funny enough, doing it with Super Yetis. I mean, those 2 players have a lot in common, getting MVPs like nothing, and as well, still 3-starring, even though losing the Warden ability. But we're back to the next attack with another Root Rider and Royal Champion charge into this base from Philip. And Bernal is looking set because so far the opening looks flawless with the Yeti, making sure the Royal Champ stays on track and getting yet another building out of this base.
Yeah, and the Royal Champion here is actually going to track down through the defensive buildings, essentially, which means, oh, maybe not. He's redirecting her to this location. However, there's still no major room for traps over by the Town Hall.
Yeah, another nice invisibility spell to really get her into that Town Hall compartment. We have that ability now getting used with the Haste Vial to make sure that this Royal Champion is having no issue whatsoever versus that Town Hall. More Spring Traps are popping up, but this is way too late because this Royal Champion has gotten a ton of value. Can he get even more? He wants to have the Crusher Mortar next, and with 4 more invisibility spells, he is looking good for that.
That looks amazing. He can just keep the RC safe here. Don't get too worried about the timings.
Wow.
Make sure you use these invisibility spells and don't lose her. We don't typically see large RC charges moving into Root Rider attacks, but just look at the value he got there.
Yeah, now letting the Royal Champion go down because the value is there. At this point, it is all about time management because he has invested a big part of this time of his attack into this Royal Champion. And Root Riders are not the quickest troop overall, so he needs to make sure that he's getting the time on his side as the Queen is funneling and the Root Riders are pushing in. I think the King is as well already deployed to start the cleanup process.
Absolutely. Root Riders will temporarily move up to take out those couple of defenses. Does mean he doesn't have any tanking for the Archer Queen by the Monolith, so he does have to use that ability to get through it. But again, up to the top side, we've got the multitasking to try and split things up. They're going down pretty quick though.
Yeah, you had the Siege Barracks used on the far right side to make the time even less of a factor as the Warden ability is still not used. 56 seconds. Is this going to be enough? A Rocket Loon sniping that Fire Spitter, a genius play here, but I see one big, really dangerous dragon inside that core, and that one can be an issue. If he's getting close, that's the issue. He's far away from everything. Can he get close to make an impact?
Yeah, he might be able to just dodge that altogether, but either way, he snuck the Headhunter in there, and alongside the Boogers, takes down the Minion Prince, so he doesn't have to worry about that. The issue is time. Can he get up towards the multi-Inferno and the Mortars? Like you said, Root Riders are slow. That's his main thing. But even if not, percentage is where Elevate needs it to be. Bernal with the drum roll himself. 15 seconds. Is it enough?
Oh, 10 seconds. The Inferno Tower is still having a lot of hit points. 6 seconds. 5, 4. He is celebrating. And this is another 3-star for Elevate. This is a masterclass by them.
Wow. Focus in on this final attack to make sure that we give it the attention it needs. Celino looking to finish things off and win this war.
Celino is getting ready, and what is going to be his choice for the strategies? It is Dragons. It is one of the safest approaches there is, because the Royal Champion charge typically is going for that Town Hall,
into the Town Hall.
Going to guarantee him the first star. Then the Dragons typically get those 50%, so he is indeed doing that. We have the charge going into the Fire Spitter, the test in front of the Town Hall. We're there to mess things up, but the Tornado Trap is already triggered.
Yeah, going with the Battle Blimp as well. Just send that in. Most likely Yetis alongside that Rage. Get the Town Hall down. That secures the first star. Then it's just percentage points. And with Dragons, can spread them around the base. But wait a second. Oh, turned the Town Hall invisible, Itsu. Yetis have ran away.
What's just? I think that was supposed to be a poison, and he dropped the invisibility spell. I'm not sure if he's just trying to get us excited.
Just building up the excitement.
But like, well, the Town Hall is staying left alive, at least for a moment. So let's hope that some dragons or something are going to come back. The first dragon working on the cleanup on the far right side as the Royal Champion going down. No more spells at this stage of the attack, and he still needs around 25%.
I would maybe funnel the buildings across 4 o'clock here and send the Archer Queen into the Town Hall. Just use the dragons across the bottom side of the base or something. Let's see what he chooses to do, because if you push the dragons into the Town Hall, well, you got to make sure you get enough percentage flying into that area. Dragons in from the top. Should be safe on the 50%. He's still got the Minion Prince as well, so maybe he just solos the Minion Prince on the Town Hall. What are you thinking?
Yeah, the Minion Prince for the Town Hall for sure is an option. I think he already scouted with the Black Mines because of the blimp, right? So there can't be any other traps. And the Minion Prince for sure should get that Town Hall, maybe even the dragons themselves, because some of them are splitting towards that building. The 50% mark is getting reached within the next couple of seconds, and the Town Hall should go down as well, and this would confirm the victory for Elevate in this upper bracket match.
Absolutely, and I love how safe he's being here as well, not worrying about the 3-star. There is the 2 that he needed. Relief on Selenio's face, making sure that they get that victory. Moving to the next matchup, the upper bracket final. Archer Queen on the outside of the base, helping with that percentage alongside the Minion Prince. Doesn't want to damage his stats too much, but humble enough to make sure that he gets the job done, and it's Elevate winning this matchup.
And it's always impressive to me, because I feel like a lot of pros would always just say, I still got that with the 3-star plan, right? But really, all he had to do is get the safe 2-star for his team, and really showcasing that he is that team player, getting the safe 2-star. Made it interesting for us again with the 1 invis, but come on. We love him for that, that's for sure. Selenio confirming that victory, and this means Reported Gaming is dropping into the lower bracket.
Incredible by Elevate. That is what we expected. I think there was a few nerves around their performance yesterday. Could they actually come out today and do what we expected? They certainly did. Elevate, your winners over current world champions Reported Gaming, explosive 3-stars, and a super impressive performance.
Really impressive, that's for sure. So far, there was only one other team with those 13 stars, and that was Shibai in the lower bracket yesterday versus Na'Vi. So they're now the second team to really get across this star amount. And, well, that is really, really important, because I feel like later on in the competition, those 13 stars are going to be this just deciding mark of stars you need to catch to get those victories in. But I think we should send to the stage and hear